Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another breakdown. This time we're actually breaking down an injury. Shout out to Nirvana for bringing me in there. That shit was smooth. I was back here grooving. Um, that song definitely it gets me ready for football. Um, Today we are talking about though the kind of the more upsetting side, I guess you could say, about football. Let's just be realistic, okay? Injuries happen, and today is a prime example of how an injury can happen and it can take place, and it can greatly alter an organization. So we're actually going to discuss the player, the injury, the recovery time, go inside of the injury. So we're actually going to show you everything. No, I am not a doctor. um, and then we are furthermore going to talk about how it's going to affect the Bengals organization. I'll put on my GM cap and we'll go ahead and we'll break that down for you guys. Okay. So first things first. Let's get into the player. So the Bengals have the worst luck when it comes to rookie draft picks. Okay. This time it'll be Jonah Williams, who is going to go down with an injury. Now, the injury per se, the injury in question, is he is expected to make a full recovery, but he is expected to miss the entire rookie season. He sat out June 11th, 13 mandatory minicamp after getting injured the week before in practice. Jonah Williams underwent left shoulder surgery Tuesday to repair a torn labrum that is likely to sideline him for the entire season. So the entirety of the season he's going to be done, but he is expected to make a full recovery. Now, if for those that are maybe wanting to have some hope here, in regards to the injury. According to John Hopkins Medicine, I did go ahead and get some research done for us. Um, I was hoping the fantasy doctors would have had their release of the injury, so I could have got some more thorough details. But this is just up to the minute. This report did come out about 35 minutes ago from the team. It is believed that it takes at least 4 to 6 weeks for the labrum to reattach itself to the rim of the bone, and probably another 4 to 6 weeks for it to get strong. Once the labrum has healed to the rim of the bone, it should see stress very gradually so that they can fully gather its strength. Okay, so let's break it down. All right. Let's go ahead and let's just go with the maximums on this. Let's say it takes Jonah, meaning he's an NFL level athlete. Let's say it's going to take Jonah 6 weeks. Okay, so six weeks. We're already in June. He just got the surgery yesterday. So I believe yes, or today. Just underwent the surgery today actually. And they officially after the surgery you're not done. 6 weeks from now, that's the recovery time of this injury is truly what takes it the longest. Let's actually go in and take a look here, okay? So as you see, the clavicle, here up above, if you look at the left, kind of connecting, through from your neck to your shoulder. Your humerus is going to actually be within the shoulder, but the labrum is kind of that white muscle there that is connecting that's connecting the two. Okay, when it tears, as you see here on the right, that big huge gash called a glenoid, that reduces your functionability significantly, to where you're not gonna have mobility really in that arm. Okay, in the diagram pictured here, this is a left shoulder, the exact same shoulder that Jonah Williams has his tear on. Uh, just want to take the time, really quick to show you guys something. So when you tear when you tear something in here, that's messing up, whether it's a rotator cuff or anything like that. In this case, the labrum, that messes up your ability to come upward in motion, to be able to come out wide. So in a scenario where he may have to, come in, rip and swim, you know, he's not going to have that. He's not going to have full range of motion. He's not going to have full movement. And coming up here, to try and remove a defender's arms, or even over, this is a move that is sustained a lot by swimmers actually. And ironically enough, as offensive linemen, that's the exact same muscles that they utilize. It's a lot of, coming over the line, coming over the arms, breaking, a lot of blocking, and even if when they're working inward, just boom, boom. Here, a lot of boom, boom. If they want to work from the outside, I was always taught, you want to work the interior, come out, boom, and then make yourself bigger, and then just, you get more leverage coming up through here. But just the technique. His technique is significantly going to be altered. Okay? Now, so that's the injury side. Okay? Now let's get into how this affects the Bengals. Let's get into how this affects you guys out there in fantasy land. And just the team, the organization overall. You had a half-ass offensive line last year. Jonah Williams is a top of the line lineman. You went out and you drafted this kid for a reason. One of the top lineman prospects coming out of the draft, and with that being stated, Andy Dalton, who already dealt with injury last year and is on the decline, is significantly going to suffer. Okay, that line is now pretty much back to the same line that it was before. So no improvement really there. Let's see here. Morale has to be shot inside that organization now. You guys can't get over the hump with the playoff win. You're like I said, your quarterback's arm is pretty much shot. Your receivers aren't putting up the same numbers that they used to, and aren't performing at the par. You don't have enough time to get them the ball. At this point, if I'm the Cincinnati Bengals, and with this injury, taking place, and my team not getting any better, I don't feel like they made that big of a splash throughout the draft. So on and so forth. You guys can go on Rumboyz.com and you can check out our article about the draft grades. We did a Bengals one. Shout out to Jordan Love for knocking those out. But not fully improving throughout the entirety of the draft. I feel bad for Ryan Finley in this scenario because now you're probably, Ryan Finley's probably going to come in. They're probably going to eventually bench Dalton in the season, if not get rid of him. And Finley's going to come in probably like week 14, week 15, and start taking over the team, and then they'll trade Dalton away, during the next offseason. What I feel that they should do, this guy right here, AJ Green. If I'm Cincinnati, either between him or Boyd, but mainly Green, because Green, I know I can get some value if I put Green on the trading block. You need to leverage this man's talent. I know that he's coming back off of an injury, but you could probably go out there. You can get some pieces for him. Maybe go out there and get a you're not gonna get a top dollar lineman, but maybe you get a lineman or pick in the future, or figure out something. Maybe you get an upgrade in a defensive weapon to maybe try and win games that way, because you don't have Burfson no more. the Bengals overall, just as an organization, uh, it is fairly atrocious. And now dealing with this, I mean, this is just more bad news for you guys. I mean, I get that your camp has been fairly silent, um, because guys are coming back off of injury. You're a smaller market team, so on and so forth. But this is big news for Cincinnati, and it sucks that it is an injury that we're reporting. But just the way that the injury affects the landscape of the team, I feel like morale is shot. Uh, I think that it's time that you guys enter a rebuild. Um, and if you don't want to fully consider it a rebuild, then you guys at least need to enter a retooling of your team, of your guys, your staff. Um, Maybe you go and you hire better medical staff, because I got a little interested something here. I got a little something interesting that I want to bring up. Okay, so rookie years of Bengals recent first rounders. This is in order, okay? 2015 said Ogaboogie, limited only 5 games. In college, I guess, coming out of college, he had messed up his ACL. 2016, Will Jackson misses. Will Jackson III misses year with torn pec in camp. 2017, John Ross plays 17 snaps due to injury, etc. Billy Price in 2018 misses 6 games, foot. Now Jonah Williams in 2019 toward labrum. To my knowledge, from a couple of the guys over at Talkcast Network, we were talking in our chat and discussing with some of them. Apparently, they already had a, how do I say, a rotation of their medical staff. Let's see. Yeah, they've had a rotation of their medical staff and still can't get it together. So it's time to retool your team. It's time to maybe enter a rebuild. I don't think that it's completely bad for you guys. Use the pieces that you can to maybe try to retool that offensive line. I think it's a great idea. I say try it out, see what happens. Are your fans gonna be upset that you lose AJ Green or Tyler Boyd? Of course, they're gonna be upset. These are top receivers. These guys go out there and they ball. But it's time to move on. They're getting up in age anyways. You got to start figuring out pieces as a team, and you guys got to figure out how to win games. With this injury, 4 games at best. I mean, I already had you guys probably winning 4 games, but definitely, with this blow to your offensive line, and it pretty much being the same line from last year, 4 games. Other than that, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for joining me today. Make sure you let me know how you feel. Leave a comment on the video. Share the video. More importantly, that's the most important thing you could do. A lot of people on social media, and streaming and stuff, they get involved likes and views and everything. Share it, and that's how I get the views. Cheers to me. Cheers to you. All the Rumboyz and girls, what it do? Daily. I'm ballin', yo. Just walk up to the top and calling.